Hi, my name's Olivia Douglas. I'm from thisandthatwitholivia.com. I'm based out of Maryland. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Good. Thanks for taking the time to chat with me today. I know you've had, a lot of back-to-back chatter, so I appreciate your time today. Hopefully you're staying safe over there.
We
Um,
are. Thank
okay,
you.
good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
So I know you've been around the Sonic films and video games and series for a very, very long time. I think I read that it's 10 years.
10
Which is
years.
fantastic. Do you have anything that's been like super memorable over that 10-year time or just like something that is really cool about being in that realm for 10 years?
That is the thing that's really cool is to be part of a franchise for that's so beloved and has such passionate fans to be a part of that for as long as I have is tremendous. There are so many moments that stick out. I absolutely like working on Sonic Boom, working with my fellow actors in this. We got to record together. It was so funny and so much fun. And I gotta tell you, I feel like there's some sort of like I don't know what the formula is, but every single experience I've had with Sonic, whether it's the games or the show or the movies, everyone is so nice. I feel like that's part of the requirements. You have to be a superly, super genuinely good person because everyone is nice, 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 and hilarious, which those are my favorite kind of people, nice and funny. So,
Right. It makes it much easier in the work environment too, right? Whenever you
yeah.
actually get along with your coworkers and know what you're getting yourself into too. And you're right, you've been around for a while, so you're like, I know how this should go. Maybe I can bring that on it too,
It's
right?
true. And I
Yeah.
have to say, I mean, most of the voiceover community is pretty great, but something about Sonic, I don't know what it is. It's just that extra little um, very special people. I'm
So
so
I'm sure that
lucky.
helps if they, when they're like, "Hey, you're gonna be around for Sonic 3," you're like, "Okay, cool. Like, yeah, I am glad that you're asking me because I'm staying. You're not getting rid of me."
Nope, you're stuck with me as long as
Yeah.
you'll have me.
Right, right, right. That's so funny. That's good though.
Yeah, it's
Um,
great.
yeah, so what is your biggest challenge in voice acting?
I think the biggest challenge can be depending on what character you're doing, but sometimes Tails is it's gravelly, so it can affect my voice sometimes. If I have a particularly long session or there's a lot of action or efforts, it tires my voice out. I mean, I come from a singing background, so I have there tricks that you can do to kind of talk around it. But just talking for a long time wears out your voice. But when you're especially doing a character that's, higher energy or lower in my register, sometimes can be tricky because then the next day it could be scratchy and then, so that's probably the hardest thing is vocal health, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure that's very challenging to balance too.
Yeah,
For sure. And then you're like going into another recording session and you're like, "Oh, my voice is still kind of scratchy from that." So,
exactly.
um,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you have any, role models that you'd like to share?
Oh gosh, there's so many. I mean Mel Blanc, he's like the legend from a long time ago. Frank Welker, Jodie Benson, she was a huge like um, influence of my career. So many people that I work with, I'm like fans of. Steve Bloom, D. Bradley Baker, Roger Craig Smith. I mean, all of it's the list is long. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I know it's long because you've been around for a while too. So I'm sure it continually grows too. And I'm
for
sure
sure.
hopefully, you're probably on a lot of people's list as well. So that's
Aw.
always encouraging for you
Thank
as well. Well, back to the Sonic 3 movie, is there an
you.
overall theme or message that you think that viewers will get out of watching the film?
Um, I think teamwork and friendship and it's important to stick together as a team and to, you don't have to go off on your own. You can count on your friends and your family and family. This is a huge through line of family throughout the movie, I think. Which is it's really beautiful. Like you've got all this action and all this crazy stuff going on, but at the heart of it, there's heart, which is really, really nice.
It is, and I'm sure it's nice for you too to see it build over the years, right? And see it
Yeah,
carry through all the film and everything, right? To see all of that same, probably the very common theme continue to build throughout the years, and then you get to be a part of that. So I know,
absolutely.
yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, back to voicing for Tails, do you have a favorite character to voice with?
Oh, like opposite?
Yes.
Um, I think Knuckles.
Yeah,
Knuckles, just because Tails just doesn't understand him, and I love their dynamic. It cracks me up.
that's awesome. Do you get to use a lot of improv whenever you're voice acting in for Sonic?
Sometimes, yeah, which is really nice. It's freeing, and so very, they're very open to that, which is great.
And I'm sure that makes everybody laugh too. That helps keep the fun if you're working with other people that are good with improv and they can get those behind the scenes jokes or, different
Definitely.
inflections and tones or anything like that. That's amazing. What would you tell somebody that was looking into being a voice actor in the future, getting into the film industry at all? Like, what's a piece of advice or two that you would give them?
Have patience. It's not overnight. You have to be tenacious. And you have to love it. You really do. You have to have other things in your life too that you're doing. But as far as voiceover specific, I would say take acting classes, do theater, do improv, take voiceover classes. It's in the name, voice acting. So, and think in terms of creating characters and not just silly voices. Because silly voices are great, but then you have to be able to take that silly voice into whatever situation your character finds itself in. So,
That's awesome. That's so exciting. I know I could never do it, so I'm props to you guys who can, and it's impressive how you can do it across different characters. So it's not just Tails, but everything else that you voice acted for is amazing just to hear that. I couldn't
oh,
do.
thank you.
Yeah, good for you. And then last question is kind of just a personal thing. What are some of the things that you like to do in your spare time? My readers usually like to hear kind of like behind the scenes outside of the movie. What do you like to do?
I like to spend time with my family. I do Pilates. That's my thing that I do. That's just for me. It kind of helps me get centered. I feel fit. And my dogs. I am obsessed with my dogs, which I know is
How
very
many
silly, but I can't
how
help
many
it. My
dogs?
favorite thing is being on the couch with my husband and my dogs watching movies.
Amazing. How many dogs do you have?
Two, but they're as big as like seven. They're very big boys.
Gotcha.
There have been times when my husband and I are sitting on chairs and just the two of them have the whole couch, and we have a big couch. It's a big U-shaped couch, but I love them so much. Simon and
Usually they
Henry.
think the big ones think they're lap dogs, right?
Oh, they do. They
And
do.
yeah, they own the
Yeah,
place for sure.
yeah. They
That's
have all the
awesome.
pillows and yeah.
That's awesome. Well, again, I really thank you for your time tonight and hope you stay safe. And I'm
Thank
excited
you.
for everybody to be able to see this amazing film. So thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.